from Def Jam South, how did that end actually?
Gangsta Black was blowing up because I still had Gangsta Black. And so by this time I go get Gangsta Black a deal. Scarface called me one day. I'm in New York getting Gangsta Black a deal with Koch Records. Scarface called and asked me, what you doing? I said, shit, man, in New York getting this deal. He was like, what you mean? The nigga told me, you got too many irons in the fire. I said, what? Irons in the fire? Man, I'm trying to get like you. Man, you need to do your own thing. All right. That's how it ended.
So he wanted you to bring him over to Def Jam South?
Well, yeah, that and just, man, I'm trying to get this shit, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it didn't end bad. Like,
it was just business.
It was just business. And I learned stuff from it too, where you gotta understand it's about relationships and how you handle shit. So I could have handled that differently. But at the time, I was a young nigga. I ain't give a fuck. Them folks finna give me in Gangsta Black. But them folks give about $70,000 to $80,000 up front. That wasn't shit. But it was goddamn it more money than these folks giving me up front. But I ain't understand the value at the time. So overall, though, you know, I don't regret it.
Sure, because you know, put you in place to move on and then connect with Gotti. Exactly. You gotta say is one of the biggest artists from Memphis or in the game, period, and especially in the realm of trap music. But so how did that come about with Gotti? You know, you leave Def Jam South, still working with Gangsta Black. How did you stumble upon working with Gotti?
By this time, man, my relationships were so deep in the music business, so I became like the plug for the music business. So by this time, I'm looking for who hot. Rolled down on them in North Memphis on Garland Street. You know, them niggas was really selling dope and doing what they was supposed to be doing, what they was rapping about. I'm like, look, man, I'm trying to take you to New York, get you a deal. Guy was like, nigga, I'm straight. I'm like, man, come on, let me take you to New York. I'm straight. So I'm like, man, how the fuck I can convince this nigga to go to New York? So ended up telling him, man, shit, it's a free trip, man, take a brawl, some shit. And he thought about it, like, all right, fuck it, let's go. So we go to New York. I shopped this nigga like I knew this nigga for 20 years. I take that nigga to every record label. He really ain't giving a fuck because he getting money already. So I take him to every record label. Man, we end up going to TBT Records. That's when TBT had Lil Jon and Eastside Boy. Had a lot of people. And folk cut us up. Say about a $50,000 check. And Gotti took it. But Gotti, so that's why he's so smart. He knew that he needed that machine behind him, get that big exposure. It wasn't about the money. He never looked back.
What song was y'all shopping at this time?
Shout.
Cheap price.
Shout.
So was that the major thing behind Gotti? Like, what was the major thing? Of course, he had the music, but like you said, you pulling up on this nigga, he's selling dope, and he don't want to rap.
But he wanted to rap. He was just at the time he had his own way of doing his business.
So what was the thing about him that made you say, I want to work with you?
He had the hottest record. Yeah, that nigga was hot. Shouter was he was and that was my plug. I was supposed to go get motherfuckers and get them record deals if they was hot.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was hot from Memphis at the time.
So you go from managing, well, you probably went through this, but managing groups and then managing solo artists. What was the difference within that? Or
Attitudes. You got to deal with 3 or 4 different attitudes, personalities.
As a manager, was that hard, or was it some days where you like, man, you know what? This ain't even worth it.
My artists like, man, you got babysitter, man. You just, every day is something. You know what I'm saying? And it's you got to have a passion for it. You know, it got to be a real, genuine friendship in a relationship, you know. And that's one thing that, you know, even with Gotti, we had became friends. So when I felt like and he felt like his career was maxed out to more than what I can help him with, I understood and was acceptance of him going to get another manager.